doing, we're going to divide polynomials using long division for these two. All right, and remember we're using long division is what I mean is something like this. So if I take 5 times 5 and then add the remainder, I get my dividend of 27. So what we're going to do is take our divisor, which is p minus 1, and divide this. Now, if you're just starting this, you might want to put placeholders in. If you already know how to do this a little bit, you can kind of just leave some spaces. So these are my placeholders because when we multiply it, it has to work out. You have to subtract like terms. So we have 6p minus 6. So I just expanded that. Now, you ask yourself, what times p gives me p cubed? And that's going to be p squared. We don't worry about the -1 right now. And I put it over my p squared to keep everything equal. So we got p squared times p minus 1. That gives me p cubed minus p squared. So we're going to do p cubed minus p squared. Then we subtract, just like they did here. All right, when you subtract, this is going to be 0 out, which is what our goal was. And then if you have 0 minus a negative p squared, that's going to be positive p squared. Now you ask yourself, and we're going to bring down our 0p. All right. What times p gives me p squared? And that's just going to be a positive p. So now we have p times p minus 1. That gives me p squared minus p. All right, and then we subtract. And that zeroes that out, which is what we want, and then we get a positive p here. Then you bring down your -6. And you ask yourself, what times p gives me p? And that's just going to be plus 1. So 1 times p is p, 1 times -1. So you're just copying this down. Subtract, and you're going to get -5. Because -6 minus a -1 is -6 plus 1, which gives me -5. So our remainder is -5. And what that means is I'm going to erase this part. That means that p minus 1 times our quotient p squared plus p plus 1 plus our remainder, or in our case -5, equals our dividend, which was p cubed minus 6. I'll put the zeros there. We don't have to. So if you distribute all that out, then subtract the 5, you will get that answer. But this is really what you want right in here. Okay. The next one, we do the same thing. So for the next one, we're going to take t plus 2 and divide t cubed minus 6t squared. Go ahead and put your placeholder 0t plus 1. That way we can subtract like terms. And you ask yourself, what times t gives me -6t squared, or t cubed. And that's going to be t squared. So you're multiplying t squared times t plus 2. All right, so that's going to give you t cubed plus 2t squared. So copy that down, t cubed plus 2t squared. And then we're subtracting both terms. That's why I put the parentheses there. This eliminates that, which is our goal. Now we're going to subtract these two and you get -8t squared. Bring down the 0t because you need a placeholder when we do the second step. So we're going to ask what times t gives me negative 8t squared. And that's going to be minus 8t. So negative 8t times t plus 2 gives me negative 8t squared minus 16t. So I'll copy that down. All right, and then we subtract. So that zeroes out that, which is our goal. And now we know why we had to put a placeholder here, because we have to subtract from like terms. In this case, it's 0 minus a negative. Minus a negative means you're adding. So that's going to be positive 16t. Bring down the 1. I'm kind of running out of room. Let's see. Now let's do what times t gives me 16t. And that's going to be plus 16. So multiplying, you get 16t plus 32. And when you subtract, these go away. 1 minus 32 is going to equal negative 31. So that's your remainder. Your remainder is equal to negative 31. I'm going to go ahead and erase this here because that was just little scratch work. So negative 31. And again, all that means is that t plus 2 times our t squared minus 8t plus 16, your quotient, subtract your remainder, which is 31, and that's going to give you your dividend of t cubed minus 6t squared plus 1. So that is what you want. And that's it. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.